You're listening to Winnipeg's Classic 107. My name is Simon Rusnak. Last week, the Manitoba Band Association held their annual general meeting. In addition to the usual committee reports and statements, they also handed out and recognized a number of award winners and distinctions of honor. One such distinction is the Outstanding Administrator Award, which this year went to a group of individuals, the admin at Westwood Collegiate. Now, to hear more, I'm joined by Chelsea Hebert, Executive Director of the Manitoba Band Association, plus Kevin Dewick, Principal of Westwood Collegiate, Sarah James, the former VP, and Band Director Greg Edwards. Hello to you all. Welcome to Classic 107.
Hello. Hi, Simon.
So Chelsea, can you start off by telling us a little bit about the Outstanding Administrator Award presented by the Manitoba Band Association?
Absolutely. So our Outstanding Administrator Award is recognized annually at our AGM, and it's designed to music education in Manitoba, and we've been giving this award out since 2005.
Yeah, it's been one of those kind of longer standing awards presented by the MBA, and I'm sure that there were many deserving applicants, especially given that the great lengths to which administrators across the province continued to make band happen through the COVID-19 pandemic. What made the team at Westwood stand out to you and the MBA?
Well, all of our applications go directly to our awards committee. So a full committee actually sat and discussed the criteria of the award and the applicants that came in. And this application in particular, to get an entire team nominated that worked together in such an unconventional year, and the way they worked together and what they were able to enable the Westwood program to do last year when so many programs weren't able to do anything. The Westwood students were able to perform in our virtual family of festivals and in the nationals. And so all of that together as a package just made them the front runner for this award.
So Kevin, as principal of Westwood, how does it feel to get this recognition from the MBA?
Well, I feel very humbled and grateful for the recognition, along with Sarah and our other vice principal who worked with us last year, Leah Jones. Yeah, we're really touched, and we did take a very much a growth mindset to all of the barriers that were put in front of us. We relied on technology, we relied on teamwork, creative ingenuity, and we were fortunate to have the right teacher, the right students, the right community there to make this all work. The community and parents and families made a lot of sacrifices, putting in extra time for calls like this, Teams calls, etc., like on in all hours of the day, to also a lot of recording at home, learning how to use YouTube, learning how to do the individual tutorials in a remote setting. So yeah, it was a community effort. So we're thrilled.
I'm sure, and I mean, you speak to the great lengths to which everybody went. And I mean, last year in June, we had band director Greg Edwards on the show, and he told us about the spirit. He called it the indefatigable spirit of the students at teachers at Westwood, and the parents as well. Can you tell us what's special about the band program at Westwood?
Well, it's just got an amazing momentum. We're fortunate to have Greg Edwards, who is a multi-talented individual. I mean, let me just say, that getting ready for the big COVID year, I was here, August 1st. There were some staff here also helping me out. Like we had the public orders, the health protocols. How are we going to deal with this? What is our plan? Who else was here with me in the school? Well, Greg was here with me in the school. He was doing research. He was figuring out, what band programs across North America are doing. He made recommendations to me, and I, definitely worked closely with our board or our superintendent rather, and taking all of the direction, directly from public health, making sure that we're compliant. But really an approach of a growth mindset and creativity, just stepping up to the challenge. How can we keep band and the arts and many other co-curriculars alive, if possible, during this very difficult time?
Yeah, and so thrilled that you were able to find a way to make that happen. Sarah, as a member of that admin team, I'm sure you were there in August as well, with the rest of the gang. Can you tell us, this is the first time the MBA has given the award to a group of individuals. Can you speak more to the what it was like being a member of the admin team at Westwood?
Well, I think it's just definitely, especially last year, something that couldn't be done just by one person. We had to make sure that there was lots of processes in place for the public protocols for health and contact tracing. And so really, Mr. Edwards, very intelligent, very creative, working with the students to make their plans. And then we were just kind of coming in alongside to help out with, recording where that was going to happen, who was going where. And so all the detail pieces, we all played a role to pull it together.
Yeah. And I mean, you pull it together, you most certainly did. Greg, I want to bring you into the conversation here. As I mentioned earlier, last year, an incredibly challenging one, but also a very rewarding one. You and the Westwood Band's concert and jazz band with that clean sweep at the MBA Family of Festivals, as Chelsea alluded to. And you put together this stellar online concert that we talked about on Classic 107. This the first time that Westwood has received an Outstanding Administrator Award. What made you want to nominate this group?
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where, it's the old, it takes a village to raise a child. I mean, it's one thing to have these crazy ideas, but to have this feeling of like this brilliant safety net sitting in behind you all the time so that you can go out and fail, and it's okay to fail because you're going to try all this stuff. And it's funny, I was sort of reflecting on the Winston Churchill quote about success, and he says it's basically going from failure to failure without a loss of enthusiasm. And that was me. I was just, well, that's not going to work. Let's try this. And every time, I was there, the admin team picked me up and said, hey, let's do this. Whatever. Boy, I think this might cost some money. Don't worry about that. Let's do, whatever we got to do, let's get it done. And when you have that kind of feeling like, one of these things is going to succeed. And we all had that sort of, premonition that if we just kept going at this, we're going to find a way. And it was never about compromise. We're going to find a way. These kids signed up to play an instrument. How can we make that work? What's that going to look like? And just be as creative as possible. And it was wonderful to have their support.
Yeah, that you most certainly did. And, myself as an outsider, just being able to watch the final result. I mean, I wasn't there for the work that went into it and all but I most certainly, got the final effect. And I think that was the most exciting thing, to see it continue. And now to get this recognition of the support team that goes into it. I mean, like that's part of the behind the scenes work, right? That makes band happen and keeps our vibrant band community alive in Manitoba, right?
Oh, I think absolutely. And one of the things is the administration team at every school is sort of the unsung heroes. I mean, they work in behind the scenes constantly, but often their work isn't seen by the public very much. And it's neat to have this opportunity to recognize these three individuals for everything they do. And this is not sort of a unique thing for me. They're very supportive of everybody in the school, and I'm just very blessed to have sort of had this moment of to have them behind me as we went through the virtual insanity of COVID.
Yeah, well, a most deserved recognition indeed. Thank you all for taking the time to chat with me at Classic 107 today, and congrats again on the award.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.